Hey everybody, it's me Marquita, and I am coming here with day 3 of Jumpstart June. I am doing it with CG, which is Queen of the Crazies. I am doing it with Cher's Life, and of course by default I'm doing it with Gary, and of course Mitch and Hannah and Savannah. I'm doing it with them also because they're here. But I wanted just for y'all to get to know me just a little bit. I found a quiz on online that I broke down into questions, and I'm gonna answer it for y'all. So, and I'm gonna try to do it in interview.
Was it good?
In the interview style. So, question 1. My full name is Marquita Rogers. It is spelled Marquita, Marquita, but it is pronounced Marquita. My zodiac sign is Sagittarius. My 3 biggest fears are never being able to get pregnant and giving birth. My second one is something happening to my kids, Hannah and Savannah. And 3, I'm afraid of heights. Yeah, I think them are my 3 biggest fears. Is heights, something happening to my kids, and me never being able to give birth to a kid. 3 things that I love. Well, it goes without saying. Hannah and Savannah. I love them beyond life. But Hannah and Savannah, I love. So I count that as one of my little bunkins. My bunkins is who I love. Sorry, you can see the TV in my glasses. I do apologize. The second thing that I love is I love food. I'm addicted to food, but I love food, and I love drums. I love drums. Like I feel like I love them a little extra than everybody else, because it's like, I say it's the tribal. Maybe I was part of a tribe in Africa that was known for drums. That's in my DNA. I never been to Africa, but I tell you, like, when I hear a drum, it does something to me. It makes me want to get up. And I have said this, I feel like the Holy Spirit is in a drum, because when I go to a Pentecostal church and they start beating on them drums, like I can listen to the yelling, I can feel a little bit of something, but add drums to that the worship, like I literally want to get up and just float on our currents, because it does something to me. It does, like I can listen to it without drums, and I can feel it. I can understand. I'm like, yes, I feel the power, but it don't make me want to get up and physically jump out of my body and just float around the church. But add drums to that, and you got me. Like, I feel like my soul was literally floating out of my body, and I just, like, I can't contain it. I don't get up and run, but I do feel like that I can. It's like all the emotions, and I love drums. My best friend, or best friends that I'm still friends with from childhood is I'm trying to think of somebody. No, because I consider her my sister. I'm gonna say these people, but they mostly, like, I consider them my sister. Jessica, Mincy. She's not Mincy anymore. She's Jessica Mincy Moore. Like, I met her when I was 13, and I consider her my sister. Michael Roth, we don't hang out. And hold on, Gary's calling. Sorry, guys. Gary was calling. But yeah, so I consider Jessica my sister. I consider Michael Roth, I consider him my friend. We haven't hung out since 9th grade. So we're old goats. But I still consider him my friend. I'm trying to think of people that I actually still... Jessica Moore. It's a different Jessica Moore. But I'm going to say Black Jessica Moore. That's my sister. I always tell people that's my big sister, even though she's like a week to the day older than me. That's my big sister. I love Jessica. So she's 7 days older than me. But I love her mama, Brenda. Like, I consider her mama my mama. I love her mama to death. Like, I authentically love her to death. And I love, her other siblings, Toya, love Toya as my sister, love, DeForest, love, Lonnie as my, as my brothers. I love them. But yeah, so Jessica, I'm trying to think of people that I still talk to that I knew as a kid. And it's mainly because we're adults now and we have our own lives. I used to still talk to Brenda, but I think when the girls were born, our life went two different directions. I love Brenda Lewis as if, she was my sister. She was one of my best friends. We got in trouble plenty of times because we can talk. As y'all know, I can talk. Well, just imagine her. She talks about 10% more than me. So you can see why we got in trouble. I'm going to say key. Well, no, because that was when I was an adult, technically. I'm going to have to come back to that one. It's a lot of people that I know that I, like, see their Facebook. But, like, we don't, like, talk. Like, I might message something on their page. They message something on my page, but we typically don't talk. But okay, best friends as an adult. I don't really have best friends. Like, the people that I consider my best friends, I consider my family. let me just go through it. Shandy, that's my sister. I don't consider her my best friend. I consider her my sister. Like, authentically, if they said whose family, who's here with Marquita's family, like, I know she would stand up. If they say who's here with Shandy's family, I would stand up. Like, her mama was my mama. Like, I see no other, like, I have a sister by my mama, and so I consider Shandy on the same playing level as my sister by my actual mama. So Shandy, that's my sister. Like, hands down, that's my sister. I actually consider her aunt my sister also, which I know is weird because that's her aunt, which will be my aunt, but it's not, because Shandy has sort of a sister-mother relationship with her aunt, because I think her aunt was 14, 15 when she was born. So, she was a teenager when Shandy was born, because mom was older than Angel. Angel's the aunt. And so yeah, I think mom, because mom was married when she, when she was an adult, of course, when she had Shandy. But then Angel was still a teenager, so that's how they kind of grew up, like sisterly niece, best friends. And then another little weird thing, I consider Brianna, which is Angel's daughter, Shandy's first cousin, I consider her my sister also. So I know it's weird, but I consider, and I met Brianna when she was, I think she was 2, because my Tim was 2. I think he was going on 2, because like she was born December the 28th, 1997, and then my Tim was born December the 6th, 1997. So I didn't meet her as a baby. I met her as a toddler. Brianna, that is. But yeah, so and Shandy was 13 when she was born, when Brianna was born, or she might have just turned 14. I don't remember, 13 or 14. But yeah, so Brianna, and then Rakia, my lovely Rakia, love her to death. I met Rakia in high school. She was in 9th grade, and I don't even know, you know what, I think I do know how, because I was going to say, I don't even know how we became friends. It was just, one of them friendships that we, like, it was like, I don't remember how we became friends, but, like, we've been friends for years. But I do remember, Margot. I met Margot. We had the same teen parenting. And then Margot and Rakia, Margot and Kia was friends from middle school. And then I think they hung out, but then it was never official that, will you be my friend? No. It's just we hung out. I loved Kia from the beginning. And I love the old Kia and I love the new Kia. If y'all know Kia, y'all will understand that statement. I love the old Kia. I think I'm saying that right. And I love the new Kia. But But yeah, and then, like I said, me and Margot, we become friends. We were kind of kid friends, but when I met Margot, I was already 18 because I met her. I was a senior and she was a freshman. Kia was also a freshman in high school when we met. And then Margot's older sister, Angela, we're the same age. Well, Angela is 9 months older than me. So Angela already graduated high school while I was in high school with their brother, Matt, and and of course Margot was there because that's how I met Matt, was through Margot. And I went to my senior prom with Matt. And I asked Margot to ask him, and she did. I told the whole story. Keita, you're talking along. So yeah. But then, let's see who else that I'm friends with. Jennifer. Jennifer, we became friends from MySpace. And I know that's sorry guys. I know that's a crazy thing. She actually sent me a message from her husband's page. And before anybody say, oh my gosh, she was trying to trap him into no, because what she said was, hi, my name's Jonathan. I'm out here looking for friends. And she was like, will you be my friend? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll be anybody's friend, which that's true. I'll be anybody's friend. And then that's when she's like, well, do you want to video chat? And I'm like, well, I'm really not into talking on the webcam. I was like, but I'm like, okay, but I wasn't looking for nobody. Like, so I wasn't looking to date anybody. I wasn't looking to be with anybody. So I was like, fine, I got a webcam. I ain't got nothing to do. And then that's when she's like, well, I'm married with a kid. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Which was cool because I wasn't looking at him that way. And then when the video camera came on, it was her. And I was like, oh, hi, how are you doing? She's like, oh, it was me. And I just, didn't want you to think that I was trying to trick you or anything. Hold on, guys. But she explained that he doesn't make friends that well. And then their daughter woke up, that's my pop. She was already 15 months because this was like May. And so she turned, like her birthday was March. So this was May when all this was going on. And so, I seen her on YouTube and all that. And then we've been friends ever since. And sadly, Jonathan passed almost 6 years ago now. Yeah, because Zay was just born, Isaiah. And the girls was 10 months when Jonathan died. So it was like March of 2014 when Jonathan passed. It's still very sad. I can't listen to the Tangle song. I'll say it fast because I'm starting to think about it. I can't listen to the Tangle song because the last birthday that he was at for Michaela was her 7th birthday. And Michaela's grandmother, Alada, like it, because they lived near college. And so she went over and she asked one of the girls that was actually doing the tango dance. I don't know if it was a play or whatever, but she asked the girl to come over and teach Michaela and all her friends, you know, the dance that they was doing, you know, to tango, to, you know, Rapunzel and tango. And so now when I hear that song, I think of Jonathan, because that was the last birthday, because her birthday is March the 8th, and he died. Maybe he died March the 6th. It might have been March the 5th. So it was almost her 8th birthday when he died. Because I remember her party, and like they try to keep it as normal as possible, but you know, it was just like a couple days, you know, from that when he died. So but yeah, anyways, okay, it says my 3 friends from social media. Now, everyone knows my bestie Cher's life, and so I love Cher's life. If y'all don't know Cher, y'all gotta go check her out. She is so sweet. She is so sweet in person. Like we got to meet her over spring break of 2019, and her daughter Lizzie, hey Lizzie, and we hung out, and she showed us around her town, North Carolina, or around her town in North Carolina, and we had fun, and she was a great host, and we had fun, and Lizzie was also a great host, and I feel like that. I know I had fun. The girls had fun. Like the girls ask me every day, are we going back to see Cher? And are we gonna get to see Lizzie? And I'm like, no, honey, they live 9 hours away from us. So that's my bestie. Hopefully one day, like soon this year, 2019, maybe we can get back together, you know, again, and if not, maybe 2020, you know, whatever. My other bestie, which I consider my sister, is CG, Queen of the Crazies. Did I shout out Cher's channel, Cher's life? Yeah, I think I did. Sorry. Queen of the Crazies, CG, and they're also doing this videos with me. She lives, I think, 2 hours up the highway from me, and yeah, she's a sweet young lady. She is starting a new chapter in her life, and I'm very proud of her. Very, very proud of her. And you know, I support her the best way I can from here. And I talked to CG on the phone. We haven't met yet. I was wanting to meet her before surgery, but our schedule didn't get to meet up. So I didn't get to meet her. I didn't get to meet her yet. I'm gonna say yet, because I hope that we can meet, and I hold on to that hope that we can meet, but our schedules just didn't meet up. And like I said, she's starting a new chapter in her life, and I'm excited. I'm excited of what it will bring. I hope that it will give her what she is wanting. I hope that it helps her get the goals that she wants to achieve. Because I think she can do it. I tell her all the time she's way braver than me, because she's by herself on this chapter in her life, and I had Gary, but if I was by myself, I would not have been able to do the chapter. I would not be able to stay true to the chapter, because I know I would have gave up. See who else? Social media. I guess Jennifer's kind of social media, because I met her MySpace, but that was years ago. You know, Pop's 14 now. Let's see. Randy Centel. Now, I have met him twice. Was it 2 times or was it 3? I think it was 2 times. It was supposed to have been 3. But what it was is, he came to Knoxville. If you don't know who Randy Centel is a competitive eater. And I got the pleasure to meet him, and I want to say congratulations, because he just graduated with I think his bachelor degree, or he just graduated, and he is now a dietitian. And so I want to say I'm very proud of him. Congratulations, sir. You're great. But I did get to meet him when he came here to Knoxville, Tennessee, where I'm at, and he did Rocky Top ice cream. And I didn't get to go to that one, because I didn't know that's where he went, because I was looking on his website, and I knew that he was coming to Tennessee, but it didn't have where he was going, when he was going, and all that. So I didn't get to go to that one, and that's the only one he lost that whole season, because they put too many like gummy bears and worms and stuff, and it froze, and it was tearing out his cheeks, and so he didn't pass that one. But I'm still proud of him, because I couldn't even do it. And then the one he did the very next day was the first one that I got to go to, which was I Love New York Pizza. I don't think it's called I Love New York Pizza anymore, but when I went, it was I Love New York Pizza. And he but sweet, and oh my gosh, I did not know he was that tall. I did not know he was that tall. He is like 6'6", maybe 6'7". He is like, he's so tall, I literally came to his armpits, and I'm 5'7". And he picked up, like, he held the girls, and he was just like so sweet and all that. And you know, and he gave us an autographed picture, which I framed it immediately. You know, he gave the girls their own separate one. He gave me one. He gave Gary one. And so I was like super excited. And you know, I fanned out a tad bit. I was trying to hold it, but I fanned out a little bit, because he was a celebrity to me. But yeah, so he beat that one, of course. I knew that he was going to beat it. He did it, I think, with one of his friends, but he could have did that whole challenge by himself, because he did a challenge, I think 2 days before that, of a pizza that was, because it was a pizza, and he did it when it was bigger, and he finished it all by himself. So he could have did that one challenge by himself, but it was a 2-person challenge, if I'm not mistaken. So that's that time that I met him. And the third time that I think he was here, or the second time I met him, was at the Drunken Gnome in Sevierville. Now, he asked me how to say Sevierville. I say Sevierville, Ville. Now, the people in Sevierville say Sevierville. So he says Sevierville. And I'm just like, she's not a true Tennessean, because we don't enunciate in Tennessee. But it cracks me up, because I tell people I'm from Knoxville, but most people say Knoxville. I think CG says Knoxville, and I say Knoxville. And then I say Strawberry Plains, and most people say Straw Plains. And I think it's called Straw Plains, but I have always said Strawberry Plains. That could be another video. Okay, that's easy. Last song I listened to was Wow by Post Malone. Okay, 4 things I look for when I'm looking for a gentleman caller. Or I'm gonna tell you what I find attractive. I think I made one like that. Hold on. 4 turn-ons: red hair, blue eyes, fat, and confidence, I guess. I don't know. I can't think of a 4th one. I'm just saying, like, I guess he has to have swagger, personality. So, personality, he has to make me laugh, and not make me laugh by putting somebody else down. That's a turn on. I like to laugh. I can't laugh too hard, or PBA will kick in. That's a whole nother video I think I already made. But anyways, so I love to laugh. 2, he has to be confident in himself. And he has to be a nice and loving and respectful person. Like, in general, overall, to people. Basically, he needs to be me, but me times 10. Like, he has to be willing to help somebody without wanting anything in return. He has to be willing to make people laugh or listen to people's problems without then being like, okay, well, let me tell you about me. No. He has to be able to be willing to continue to learn, because I'm willing to continue to learn. And he has to just not be the type of person that is a follower. I don't want, like, he can be a leader. I can't tell nobody what they can be. But me, myself, I'm not a leader, because I don't want nobody to follow me, because I don't want to follow nobody the wrong direction. But I'm also not a follower. I don't follow anybody. I don't follow the trends. Like if I find something interesting, I might do it, but it's not because, oh my gosh, I'm trying to do it to be cool. That's not why. But so I'm not a follower. If I think it's interesting, I do it. If I don't, I don't. And then, so I'm not a leader, but I'm not a follower. I'm an independent. That's what I consider myself. Because, like I said, I might do something, but then not do the next thing. Or if I do something and somebody else do it, that is all well and good. But I don't want nobody to follow me, because I don't want to follow nobody opposite from where they want to go. And I will not follow nobody opposite from where I want to go. For turn-offs, which I kind of rambled last question. I can't stand a guy, and I'm saying in a gentleman collar, so that's why I keep saying a guy. I can't stand somebody that's not willing to learn. For an example, I'll say me. I know I'm not the smartest person. I never claim to be. I never will claim to be. But what I can say is I am willing to continue learning. Because if you know better, you will do better. That's one of my favorite sayings. I have a lot of favorite sayings. But if you know better, you do better. And so I have to, like, I don't like somebody that's not willing to go past their own thoughts. And that kind of branches off into different things that I will say. Sexuality, I can't think of how you say that word. Sorry, Hitler. But just because you're straight, and that doesn't mean, and like I said, I'm speaking for myself. Just because you're straight doesn't mean you can then go condemn this person, that person, them, that is gay, that's lesbian, that's bisexual, that's not binary, that's transsexual and transgender, which is two different things. Some people don't know that. That just asexual. I think I'm asking because I don't think I understand the asexual thing, but I think asexual is non-binary, meaning they don't want to be considered he or she. So the pronoun that you say instead of she went to the market or he went to the market is they went to the market. Or, tell her to come here, tell him to come here, is tell them. So I think it's them and their, right? See, it's them and they. I think that's what it is, they. Instead of, she, something, like they, something. I'm still learning. Like I said, if I learn better, I do better. If I can remember, I really work my hardest on being politically correct. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I hate a guy that refuses, even after knowing that hurts somebody, not being politically correct, if it's hurting somebody else. But that, of course, sexuality. Dang it, I almost had it. I'm sorry, I almost had it. But that, and then religion. I consider myself, and I practice Christian, I'm a Christian. I know the words, and they're up here, but they won't come out. Sorry. This is a battle I have with Hitler. Like I told y'all, I name my body Hitler's my brain, because he's evil. I'm not evil. My brain is evil. And then my body is Roxanne. I named Roxanne because, I mean, I have made videos, tons of multiple videos about this. But anyways, so I consider myself a Christian. But just because somebody is Muslim, just because somebody is Jewish, just because somebody is Catholic, just because somebody is Lutheran, Pentecostal, Kojic, I think I'm saying that right, Kojic. Like, just because they're a different religion than me, don't mean that my Buddhism, just because they're a different religion than mine doesn't mean my religion is better than theirs. It just means that it's different. Now, I will never try to convert somebody, because I don't want nobody to convert me. But that's how I am with every one of these. I'm okay with people being gay. I am friends with gay people. I'm friends with lesbian people. I'm friends with people that are bisexual. I'm friends with people that are transgender and trans. I don't know if any has converted, but I have some that are thinking about having trans surgery. I don't think I'm getting it out right, but like that they're thinking about having it. If they haven't already had it, it's none of my business, because I love them regardless. But I'm just saying, just because they are not what I am doesn't mean me being a straight female that I should condemn that person, that I'm better than that person, because I'm not even by a long shot. Politically, we won't go there. But all I'm saying is, I am for what will help the majority of us, and not just what will help me. And I'll give an example, because me and Gary in 2016, to bring up 45, and I don't call him the P word. I call him 45, or I call him the Commander-in-Chief. I might say his name. I might say Trump, but I don't put the P in front of that. And I might say, and if I say anything close to the P word, I always say 45. That's what I do. He's 45. And but when 45 was running, and I mean, I grew up. I was raised, and not really raised this way, because I heard it, and you know, it always got thrown around, and you know, do unto to others as you want them to do unto you. But that don't always work. And you know, it takes respect to get respect. I do believe that. So this is the most respectful thing I can do, is to call him 45, but not to get too politically about it. The biggest argument that me and Gary had back in 2016, and I'm talking about, it was a deep, dirty, like drag the bottom of the well discussion, was over the banning of Muslims, the building of the wall. And what I told Gary, and I have said this in a couple other videos, if I'm for banning Muslims, if I'm like, yes, rah, 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 ban them, that don't affect me. So why should I care? If I all of a sudden is for that rah, 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 whatever, what makes the next group not be females or be males with long hair? That don't affect me. I'm not a male. I don't have long hair. Rah, rah, rah. Ban all of them. Doom. You know, and then it slowly trickles down. You know, and what I told Gary is, okay, if I'm from banning Muslims, what's next? What about banning, you know, when he was saying build a wall on Mexico? Okay, if I'm for that, rah, 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 yes, do whatever, which I'm not. I'm not. Just to get it point, just to get it clear, I am not. I'm not for banning. I'm not for kicking anybody out. I'm not for none of that. I just want that to be front and center. But if I'm for, yes, let's build a wall, rah, 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 da, 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 okay, then there's a wall. No more Mexicans, Guatemala, no more of our Spanish sisters and brothers. I want to be politically correct, so I don't want to say Mexicans because not all of them are Mexicans. You know, not all of them are from Mexico, so that's why I don't want to use that word. Our Spanish, hopefully I'm being respectful in saying Spanish sisters and brothers. If I'm for, okay, so we outcast all of them. They're no longer accepted. We outcast all the people that their religion is Muslim because of something that a small group of people did. We're now punishing everybody. Okay, so they're out. And I had no problem. It don't affect me. I have no problem. Boom, kick them out. Mexico. Boom, it don't affect me. Boom, kick them out. Okay. Then the next thing might be, well, now that we got this small group of people, all the people that has brown eyes, boom, I have brown eyes. Wait, hold on. All the people that are black, boom, hello, wait. All the people that don't have blonde hair, boom, hello, wait. I kicked out everybody that was willing to fight, but I didn't fight for them. What I'm saying? What am I saying? If I don't fight for somebody else, there won't be nobody left fighting for me. I said it way more better back then, and I said it better in the other videos, but this is just me trying to break it down because y'all know I can talk. Y'all know I can talk. If I'm not fighting for nobody, there's nobody left to fight for me. And just because they specifically did not affect me, don't mean that something later might affect me. Because if he can kick them out, hello, Savannah. If he can kick them out, what do you, yes. Okay, Savannah, do you see me talking?
I told you don't bother Mama. The first thing I said when I came in there, I said, do not go back and bother Mama.
If you can, if I could kick them out, and they never did anything to me, and I could build this wall, and they never did anything to me, then what makes them not kick me out? I never did anything to anybody. That's all I'm saying. So that was a big argument. So was that all I was wanting to say? I might have to stop this. This might be an incomplete video because the girls, they're wanting to talk and stuff. But let me see the next question. Sorry guys, I wasn't finished with that question. So that was the first one. Number 2 will be basically, I don't like judgmental. I know that, and I know it kind of goes with the last question, with the last answer, but it's like when you're judging someone, like for instance, Gary, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, but he thinks nobody in the world should drink or should smoke. And I told him, I understand you don't want nobody to smoke or drink around you, but you can't tell nobody if they are the legal limit, the legal age to drink, to smoke. You can't tell them what they can do with their body. You can't tell nobody what to do. And so that was a big argument with me and him. And you know, it still is. He's getting better. And I told him I'm not trying to change him. But if I decide tomorrow to pick up smoking, like just to pick up smoking, why would you be mad? Like, I don't smoke around you. Okay, if I decide to pick up alcohol tomorrow, why would you be mad? I'm not a mean drunk, but control. See, the second thing is I don't like somebody trying to change. What?
They said you wanted me.
No, I didn't.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I thought Gary.
Yes, I was talking about him. And the one after I told him I was talking about him. The third thing is I don't like a guy that wants to use you. Now, I dated a guy from 18 till 22. I know that's not a long time for me. That was a lot of years. And it was my fault. I'm going to say it was my fault that I kind of got used financially. Because he was getting mistreated at work. Now, he was a whole grown man. He was a whole grown man before I was born. Like we was years apart. Like he's older than my mama. He was. Like, no lie. No tea, no shade. Because, you know, I loved him. I did. I still love him, but not in love with him. That's two different things. But I love all my ex-boyfriends, but I'm not in love with them. It's two different things. But he was being mistreated. And I was just like, you should just quit. You shouldn't let them treat you like that. Well, he quit his job. Okay, then it was up to me to then pay the bills, because the bills didn't stop. We still had rent. We still had cell phone. We still had cable. We still had internet, because I love my Sims. I've been loving my Sims since 2002. So I had the internet, and stuff, and so it was for me. He get a job, he get mistreated, boom. I tell him, you don't have to do that. Why don't you quit? But what I will say is, even though he didn't work and he smoked cigarettes, which I don't like cigarettes, I never did. That was like one thing that always bothered me about him, was he smoked cigarettes and he drank coffee. I like coffee. I could deal with the coffee. I didn't drink it with him, but I could deal with the coffee. But smoking, I'm like, and I mean, that was like sort of the bane of most of our arguments is, why am I putting us in debt, or putting myself in debt, trying to pay for a habit that I don't have? Because my habit was and still is food. You need food to live. Everybody needs food. But you don't need cigarettes to live. You don't need alcohol to live. But I'm not telling nobody that they should not do that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if it comes down to, okay, we got $10 to last us 10 weeks. Not 10 weeks. Sorry. $10 to last us a week. And you need a pack of cigarettes. But we also, need gas to get to doctor's appointments or something. Why would you take that $10, knowing that we need it for something else, and get your habit when we need it maybe to get to the store to buy? Maybe we got $20 and it costs $15 to put in the gas tank to get us to the store and back. Like, I don't know. But yet you go, you get some cigarettes, and now we completely broke. But we might need money to park, because we put 15 in the gas tank, and we got 5 left out of that 15, or whatever. I'm just saying. I'm not saying the math right, but y'all know what I'm saying. I don't like somebody that uses. It's a very big turnoff. Very, very big turnoff. And I'm going to say the fourth one is not being able to hold your liquor. Now, Orville, he was my first boyfriend. Dale, and when I say first boyfriend, I mean first serious. I only tell people I had 3 serious relationships, and it was Orville, Dale, and Gary. But with Dale, we should have never, and I say this all the time, we should have never dated. Like, we should have never dated, because one, we were friends before. Like, when I say we were friends, we were friends for 2 years. Like, we talked. Like, I knew him. And I know they usually say that's the recipe to marriage. And I think we would have worked out if we just had a few more tweaks here and there. Like I said, I love him still to this day, but I'm not in love with him. Will always have love for him, because he was my friend first. And we were friends, like I said, for 2 years. And one, we shouldn't have never dated because of a common denominator between us. And then second, we shouldn't have never dated because we were friends. We had no business dating. So we dated. And I think we dated for like 4 months. But it was like, I knew him. And I have told this story a billion times. Like, he used to whoop the dog. Fill in the blank. Starts with an S, end with a T. Ella, all his girlfriends. I knew that. They called me. Oh my gosh, he did this. Da, da, da. I'm like, let me talk to him. I'll call, and I'll cuss him out. And da da da. He would call me. Man, she wouldn't. Da da da. And I will then, once again, look, you just walk away. Don't hit her. And the next thing I know, I hear pop in the background. And then hear crying. I'm like, well, why'd you do that? Well, no, because she was standing right here. She was looking at, and I'm just like, please, leave them alone. So when we got together, I knew I was taking a chance. I was gambling. I was rolling them dice. And when we got together, it was so weird. Because he was nothing like the person I knew for 2 years. I think like right now today, he probably popped me upside my head for me saying that he was a gentleman. Like, he treated me like a princess. Like, he never yelled at me. He never got mad at me. He never even attempted to hit me. Like, and I know y'all probably like, oh, y'all just only have 4 months relationship. Well, yeah, but I mean, we were friends for 2 years. He never yelled at me on the phone. Like, we were friends afterwards. And so I'm just saying, maybe and I mean, I did some things that could have warned, not like, I'm not saying like warrant like for me to get hit. I'm saying like I did some things that like would be like, okay, well, the guy that you just described that was in his past relationships, these girls did way less and gotten knocked upside the head. And because like I was a very depressed person. So every time my period, because I was depressed because I wasn't pregnant. That's why I was depressed. I know why I was depressed. And I wanted to die every month. Because every time I seen I got a period, that meant I wasn't pregnant. That meant I wasn't fulfilling my life duty. I felt like, and I still feel like to this day, even with my 2 little bundles of joy that are in the background, causing all the ruckus, that I was born to be a mother. I wasn't born to be anything else. Like, there's different things that I wanted to be. Like, I wanted to be a midwife, accountant, and all that. But I felt like I was born to be a mother. And so, like, I got depressed and I used to get down. Anyways, don't want to go back there because that was a bad time in my life. But so I did things, not to him, not to anybody else. It was always self-hate. And did I feel like could have warrant, like, and it was different things besides the self-hate, And so Hannah, please no. Hannah, please no. Thank you. And so with that said, he was a gentleman. I don't know how else to say it. He was nice. I don't know, like, I tell people, because like when, like, people that know him in real life, people that have met him, people that have heard stories about him, and even girlfriends after me, he had a wife after me. you know, she's like, well, what did you do when he did this? And I'm like, he never did that. She's like, what? I'm like, no. They used to call me. Well, how do I stop him from doing this? What did you do when he did this? Who do I call? And da 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 da. And I'm like, let me talk to him. And I talk to him. And they go, what'd you say to him to calm him down? Because now, da 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 da. And I'm just like, I just talked to him. That's all. Like, I told him. Like, I don't know what I did or what. I don't understand why me and him was never like that. I'm glad. Now, let me say, I am glad. But I don't know what about me that didn't bring that evil side out of him. And I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad it didn't. But, like, still to this day, if we talked, because I tell everybody, I miss me and his friendship. Because we were friends before we dated. Like I said, the song Half Crazy, that's like me and his anthem. He don't think so. I think so. Like he says, was that Bartender by I was gonna say Buck Cherry. Who was that by Bartender? Just sitting on the outside, sitting on the inside. I drove my car. I forgot. It's called Bartender. It's a song. I crashed that piece and I walked away. Anyways, that he says that's her thing. I didn't drive. I don't have a car, so no, you never did that. But he's like, that's our anthem, and I'm like, no, Have Crazy is, because like I feel the same. Like the moment after, I looked at him different because I was just like, I like him. And I was just suspecting the evil, the guy that I knew for 2 years. I was expecting, oh my gosh, okay, what am I getting myself into? But then I never met that guy. And I'm glad I never met that guy. But I never met that guy. And so I feel like, was I really dating him? Or like what? Like, I know it's weird. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. But that's my 3 serious relationships. I have had crushes on guys that if I had half a chance, believe me, if I had half a chance, I would try to date. I would try to fill out a relationship with. But them were my 3. And Gary, of course, our relationship has been off more than it's been on. I won't go there in this video. If y'all want to know about it, just leave it down below. But that is the last question of this video. Please stay tuned for the next 2, because there will be 2 more with these exact same questions coming out. So you have a great day. Bye.